The common man's approach to CBB, brought to you by the most normal person on any team. No, not the backup punter, but instead, the bench performer. In this changing of seasons, the equivalent of the backup punter finds himself positioned at the end of the bench. Not quite next to the athletic trainer, but like 2 seats closer to the coach. A seat he earned from hours upon hours of celebratory practices. This man was practicing high fives on the C team while dishing out of the 2nd of June 15 stat line. But then puberty happened and he still had a decent shot, so he kept playing basketball. Then college came around and teams need GPA boosters, so here he sits. Towel draped around his neck, ready to snap the hardwood at the slightest inkling that a transferal of manhood from one person to another is about to take place. I'm talking soul-crushing crossovers, grab a quarter off the top of the backboard dunks, and step back, man in your face, bottom of the bucket threes. This is the life of the bench performer. Commonly referred as the walk-on, his job is one of respect, not only to the game, but to his craft. It is for this reason that the MVP wishes to pay tribute to their living legacy. I spent the last 4 days on the couch. Not even a flight stopped me from taking in the West Virginia Murray State game in its entirety. I took 2 of my vacation days from work and spent them living my best life. But anyways, enough about me. There's plenty of money to be made in the name of the NCAA men's tournament. Too bad I'm not Gian Goodman. But since most of you already know everything that happened, I wanted to try and provide a quick 30,000-foot level recap, while giving my insights into how the rest of the tournament will shake out. And, given my recent string of bad predictions on basketball, you should only take my advice on about 65% of them, but never parlay. You'll thank me later. Anywho, haha, this image contains sensitive or violent content. Tap to display. Yay, this game happened. It was a 20-point obliteration of a lifeless Tony Bennett's squad the entire second half. But don't let any of that take away from the game the Retrievers played. They shot the lights out of the gym, and at one point had things going so much in their favor. Lyles hit a 3-pointer after a foul on the floor was called. No ordinary 3, mind you, but on 1 foot, with 1 hand, floater, that was just straight cash. It was amazing. It basically ruined everyone's bracket. Looking at you 4 of the 6 people above me right now in at Magna Carta Live's Illuminati bracket picks. I will piss you. You have been warned. That was far and away the biggest upset of the weekend, with Arizona getting throttled by Buffalo coming in second. Arizona might have been sweating about bigger things than Buffalo, but who knows? Guess that's why they play the games. Next, we have UNC getting literally manhandled by Texas A. Luke May could get nothing going, and UNC couldn't buy a shot from 3. Remember that before you pick a team that plays suspect D and rebounds poorly. Speaking of rebounding poorly, oh my god, Syracuse, how I loathe thee. Behind good ol' UGA, I think I have found my second least favorite team. It has to be the stupid zone-playing, airball-fearing, Boheim buttholes. They gave up like 37, factchecker.com, offensive rebounds to Michigan State, and still managed to win this game. And they sure didn't do it by making threes either. 1-8 from behind the arc. But that stupid zone held Michigan State to 25% from the floor, and it looked like Tom Izzo had literally been teleported from the pre-Naismith era and asked to coach this game. That's how bad their offense was. If Tillman didn't have 9 offensive rebounds himself, this would have likely been even more of a blowout. Even bigger losers than Michigan State, Sean Miller, and Jerkins Cavalier, definitely their mascot's name, roll with it. The entire city of Cincinnati. First and foremost, shout out Christopher Hainwinkle, who must be the single fastest photographer on this earth. Nextly, welcome to sports misery Cincy. Atlanta welcomes you with outstretched, tear-soaked arms. Lost my train of thought here last night as Thomas Edison's magical lightning balls blew out the transformer in my neighborhood. Yeah, there's your recap. On to this weekend's games, shall we? FUUUUUTUUURRRREEEE. This week's plunge into unproductivity kicks off at 7:07 p.m. God's time, Eastern Standard, with Sister Jean versus the Comeback Kids. Using my basketball analysis SS that I recently acquired, I know nothing about basketball. I honestly can't explain how Nevada does it. But as for Loyola, they were greatly aided by a couple of different scoring droughts that Tennessee suffered, but almost gave up a 10-point lead with 4 to play. The thing to watch here is gonna be Nevada's offense against Loyola's Sister Jean. I have a deep-seated respect for the Sisters. Prediction: Loyola 71, Nevada 68. Texas A. After an impressive showing against Montana then a game against Houston I got robbed on, I don't think I can really trust Michigan yet. People on the internet tell me they have a fantastic defense, but what matters to me? Size. Ask North Carolina, 3 starters over 6 feet 9 inches. They out-rebounded UNC by 14, but it felt like a million billion. Prediction, Texas A. By like more than you made on your SATs. Lastly Thursday, Florida State vs. Gonzaga. Much like Xavier, I really doubt that they've ever heard the tomahawk chop in person. It turned little Chris Mack into a mental midget, and I think the same is about to happen to Mark Few. Speaking of like such as FRIYAYYYYY Clemson Kansas at 7:07. I think Clemson runs out of luck here. Kansas and Bill Self will save their second weekend loss for Sunday. Let's go Kansas here. No real analysis, not very interested in this one. Game of the night time, Villanova in West Virginia.